Hi guys, I'm in Old Town Warsaw on a Sunday evening, just walking around to see what they do here on a Sunday. It's really busy today, like very busy. I've never seen an old town this busy. The funny thing about the old town here as well is it's quite different. Like, I've been to a lot of old towns in many countries. I've been to the old town or downtown in Dubai. It looks really old there, so there's nothing new at all. So when I mean there's nothing new, like the buildings are really old. The things they sell there are like old stuff as well, aside from obviously things like food and that, yeah. So it's got like an old vibe literally, but here is quite different. Like it's a mixture of old and new literally. So I wouldn't really call it an old town, to me anyway, because I just don't feel that's the right thing to give it. I think it's much more modern compared to many old towns I've seen. Okay, so it's a windy Sunday evening in Old Town Warsaw. And as you can see, it's really busy. There's a lot of people around. You can really tell that a lot of the people here are not locals. They are literally tourists. And the reason why I say that as well is when I came in this afternoon, I could hear like different languages literally. So you can tell that a lot of tourists come here, and you can also tell that this place is set up for tourists as well, just because of the vibe literally. The thing I like about this place is there's actually a lot to do. So they have a lot of bars here, like countless bars, and they also have various restaurants as usual, as you get in any old town that you go to. They also have historical buildings around, and I think a lot of the government buildings are here as well. I'll take you to some anyway. It's all the way up there, so I'll take you there to kind of show you how it looks like. I mean, how their government buildings look like. But the whole area literally is made for tourists, and I think the prices as well reflect that it is set up for tourists. Also, one thing I've noticed about Warsaw as well is they tend to get a lot of neighboring countries come to visit. I don't know if those neighboring countries have some sort of history in Poland. For example, Germany has a lot of history as well in Poland. So I suppose they might have a lot of German tourists coming here. Same as there's one other country that I know a lot of them are here, Azerbaijan. So there are a lot of people from Azerbaijan here, and also a lot of people from Georgia. So it might be that they have, who knows, it might be that they have some history here, and that's the reason why they come here. And also the people from Azerbaijan and Georgia tend to speak Russian, yeah? So I suppose they will have a lot of people here that understand Russian, because if they have a lot of people that work here that speak Russian, there's a likelihood that there will be some population that obviously speak and understand Russian. So this is how the old town area looks. Also, if you come to Warsaw, you'd notice that they have a lot of Ukrainian flags. Obviously, people are supporting Ukraine at the moment due to the war. And they have a lot of bicycles around. Everywhere I go, I see bicycles. So it's a very metropolitan city. I keep saying this. You know, if you want to move around, you have various options. You know, you can never ever run out of options, and that's why I like it here. Okay, so it's looking like it might rain. I'm just praying to God that it doesn't, because I'm not looking forward to obviously vlogging whilst it's raining. But let's just hope it's okay. unless I'll have to switch off my camera and continue later. Anyways, so like I said, Warsaw is very metropolitan, sorry. You know, they've got various options, you know, they've got things for everyone. And there's a lot of young tourists here as well. There's a young vibe here, so it's very good. Tomorrow I'll be going to Krakow. The Polish people call it, I call it Krakow, but they call it Krakow. So I'll be shooting off to Krakow tomorrow. My train is around 9:30 in the morning, so I hope to stay there for a while and kind of see how Krakow is, and come back later in the evening. So I should be getting back to Warsaw around 10ish tomorrow in the night. So let's see how that goes anyway. So we're still in Old Town, obviously. There's a lot going on here. And they have a lot of like statue here as well. There's a lot of statue. There's a lot. And I like these buildings. Like, they have a lot of old buildings as well as new buildings. It's all mixed up, which is quite different from all the old towns I've seen. Most of the old towns I see, they tend to have just old buildings, you know, and it has an old vibe. But Warsaw Old Town, I would say, is a mixture of old and new, and I like that. I like that. So, should you visit Old Town Warsaw when you come around? I would say yes. Obviously, you'll be very silly if you don't come here. And the reason why I say that is, if you go to the main, like, Warsaw town center area, it's okay, you know, there's a lot to do there. It's got a nice shopping center. You could view the Palace of Culture. There's a lot going on there. However, it feels like the nightlife is here. I could tell that this place gets really packed at night. So I would say, if you want a good nightlife, I would say this area might be the best place to be. I can just tell, due to the number of places I've been to across the world, you can kind of tell when a place is going to be very busy. Also, in terms of price of drinks, I'm sure you know this already. So Eastern Europe has the best alcohol ever, yeah? So if you're a drinker, I suppose I recommend you come here. So the alcohol is really good here. The prices are really good. So if you compare the price of a Budweiser, for example, in London to what they sell here, obviously it's cheaper here, but you wouldn't come here and have Budweiser anyway, you'd have something else. But I've tried their local beer, and it's really, I mean their local beer, and it's really good. You know, it's quite strong. So I just had one 5 minutes ago. I just had a taste of it, obviously, and it was really good. It was really tasty. So I totally recommend you come here to obviously taste the local beer, and the prices are quite reasonable, really reasonable. I wish I live in Poland and I can make money from the UK, so I wish I could work here like in terms of working from home here and making that pounds and living here, because it's so cheap to live here. Obviously the locals might not say that, because it might be that they don't earn as much due to the currency. Obviously we all know the pounds is higher in value, so obviously that's to my advantage. But yeah, it's really cheap here. Okay, moving on. So I'm just going to take you around just to show you what we have here. I think it'll be good for you to kind of see what you can get around the area. Okay, so for people that like coffee anyway, so I've noticed that Poland has a lot of coffee shops. There's a lot of Starbucks, There's a lot of Costa coffee. I've noticed that. I suppose obviously that's the same across the board in Europe. But here I've seen so many, like in the road, for example, I've seen up to 5. So there's actually a lot around. So there's a Cafe Nero there, as you can see. So I think there's a coffee kind of vibe in Poland, obviously. Yes, so this is what you can see in Old Town. Or this is what you can get in Old Town if you come here. Well, I can bet on money, like I said earlier, a lot of people here are tourists anyway. I can't actually see local people coming here. So it's really, really busy. It's literally as busy as the town centre area, not to lie. So I think it's kind of the same crowd. But I just feel here is a much more relaxing place. If you go to the town centre area, it feels like really, really busy. It feels really hectic. And I suppose the reason for that is they do have a lot of offices around that town centre area. They do have a lot of things going on there. Here is just literally like a chill out spot. Everyone is just here chilling, you know, having drinks and talking to their friends. You know, there's no rush to do anything literally. So I think this is the place you want to be. So if you just want to come to Poland and chill, I would say come to Old Town. Highly recommend it. So I think I'm going to stay here till late today. Late tonight. Obviously it's a Sunday, but it feels like a Saturday here for some reason. Which is quite funny though, because some places on a Sunday is literally dead. But here it feels like a Saturday for some reason, which is quite odd. So that's why I like this place. I really like Poland, I must say. I think I'm definitely going to come back here next year. I might come here for a week actually, because there are other places I want to see. Obviously, like I said earlier, I'm going to Krakow. But I want to come here and see other places. Like, you know, I just feel like there's a lot to see here. Okay, so we're still walking around. And also, Polish people have a nice vibe though. Like, if you speak to Polish people, like, they're literally chilled. Like, you know, like, they're not really like, how do I put it? They don't have like an aggressive vibe. Like, when they talk to you, they're literally like chilled out. And they're very, very nice in terms of if they see that you need something, they come to you and they ask you if you need any help, you know. So it's a good place. Yeah, so Poland is up there. So like I said in my previous videos as well, I've never been to I've never been to Eastern Europe, but I think I totally recommend Eastern Europe to people, because a lot of us tend to go to like Germany, France. You know, I've been to Paris like many times, but I don't think anyone thinks about Poland. I think my next country might be Lithuania or Latvia, and possibly Russia in the future. I know some people might be thinking, why the hell do you want to go to Russia? But I think it'll be good to go there just to kind of see it for yourself. Like, obviously you hear a lot of people saying a lot of things about Russia, which is okay, like, you know, that's your opinion, but to me anyway, I think it's always good to like check a country out to see how it is. And I think when you go there for yourself, then you can obviously make your own judgment. So this is another like touristy building. But the thing I like about Poland as well is everything seems very, very like natural. Like, what I mean by that is, if you go to Dubai, you can tell that they've done a lot of things for tourists. But here, like, all those buildings have been there for ages. Yeah, so it's not like they've come to do it up to make it look like that. It's literally been like that for a long time. So that's why I like it. Like, it's really original. Like, they've not tweaked it, you know, to kind of make tourists happy or anything. It's just like that anyway. So that's the reason why I like it. So Old Town is definitely a #1 place to be, I would say. Then obviously the Warsaw town center area. Also, people keep saying that there are certain parts of Poland that you need to check out. I'll think about those areas later. I think for now I'll stick to Warsaw and obviously Krakow. But obviously if I come here not tomorrow, if I come here next year, sorry, obviously I'll check out more places. But so far I'm loving Old Town. So you can see somebody singing there. That's what you normally get in places like this. So you would always have somebody singing and always asking for money. So it's not different from what you see in other countries. So it's similar, literally. So I think Eastern Europe and Western Europe is quite similar, but I suppose the people are different. People are different. Yeah, so still in Old Town. Oh, let me see what's happening there. So can see people sitting around. Can see people sitting around that area. What's happening here? No, there's nothing. It's just people hanging around. I thought there was something special going on here, but there's nothing special. I think people are just hanging around. Okay, so let me find another bit to go to. I feel like I've done this side. So let me see what's going on in other sides. Because this Old Town is quite big though. So if you're not careful, you won't be able to cover all the areas. So it's always good to walk around. And if you've been following me for a long time, you would notice that I like to obviously check out places that look quite strange or weird, because those are the places that normally have good things going on. So it's always good to kind of check places out, see what they have and explore. That's what I did when I went to France the other day. So I was walking on the road and I literally saw a building and I thought that's a very strange building, and I went there and I realized that that's one of the best schools in France. So it's always good to explore and see what they have around. Okay, to be totally honest, I think if I go all the way there, it will be me going back to where I came from. So I think that's Old Town finished. So do I recommend Old Town? Yes, obviously I do recommend Old Town. Do you have a lot of things to do in Old Town, or are there a lot of things to do in Old Town? Yes, there's a lot to do in Old Town. I think the Old Town is a place to come, you know, to come to with your family or your friends, to chill out in, you know, to have a day off from, you know, your hard work if you've been working hard all day, and obviously engage with people, meet new people, and I think that's what Old Town is all about. You know, it's got that vibe. I would say the town center area is good as well. So if you're a tourist and you're coming here to shop, then obviously I totally recommend you you go to the town center area to do your shopping. Also, there are lovely restaurants there, but this is definitely a place to chill out. I'm going to have to end it here. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you when I get to Krakow. Take care.